If you happen to see Professor Dan Hollis on the first day of classes at Marshall University, you will witness a man filled with anticipation and excitement that emanates from the passion that he has as an individual who truly loves his chosen profession. Dan Hollis has been a journalism professor at Marshall University since 1999. You get kind of old there, Dan. He is extremely popular in the classroom with his engaging, enthusiastic, and fun approach to learning, yet quite effective style of teaching. He might raise his voice at times, just to make a point. He might walk on chairs at times, just to make a point. And he might throw both arms high in the air, just to emphasize a point. The point is, Dan Hollis is one of the best college professors in the country. His students knew it, we knew it, and now the country knows it, thanks to the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching, who this year named Dan the 2012 West Virginia Professor of the Year. He is just the fourth Marshall University professor to receive this prestigious award. Paul Gessler, one of Dan's former students, said, "Professor Hollis, his energy and sense of humor can leave his students clamoring for more when his class is over." And Alyssa Sayers, another former student, says Dan's energy and enthusiasm are truly infectious. Notice a common observation from Dan's students. They thrive on his energy and excitement. Comes naturally for Professor Hollis, who says he simply and truly loves teaching, being in the classroom and interacting with students. His students, both former and current, celebrated his 50th birthday last year with an event they titled, "What Dan Hollis Has Taught Me, an Evening of Gratitude." They thanked him for being a friend, a mentor, and a guide. Dan received the Marshall and Shirley Reynolds Outstanding Teacher Award at Marshall in 2011 and the Pickens Queen Excellence in Teaching Award in 2001. He also has taken first place 6 consecutive years and 7 of the past 8 in the News, Sports, Public Affairs category of the National Broadcasting Society and Alpha Rho Epsilon Professional Electronic Media Awards. He is a native of southwestern Indiana and has degrees from the University of South Indiana and the University of Kentucky. Today, in addition to instructing students, he also serves as Assistant Dean in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to introduce our 2012 Winter Commencement Speaker, West Virginia Carnegie Professor of the Year, Dan Hollis. Dan?
Thank you, Dr. Kopp. Congratulations, graduates. Well, I guess not all of you are graduates yet. Some of you finished up in the summer and already have your diplomas in hand, but others of you still have exams to take. So I guess it's better to call you soon-to-be graduates. Probable graduates. More likely than not to be graduates. Odds are in your favor, graduates. Let's just call you graduates and be done with it, and I say congratulations. If you've paid all your library and parking fines, you got to pay those to graduate. And while I'm thinking about it, if you do have library or parking fines, or even any fines as you go through life, there is only one way a true Marshall person pays fines. Straight cash, homie. Those of you who don't know why others are laughing, it's a Randy Moss reference, and some students said they would pay me if I used the line. So Aaron Payne and Jeremy Johnson, I expect my dollar when you come up and shake hands with Dr. Kopp later on. This is a great tradition Marshall has to allow a faculty member to give the address for its winter commencement, and I am honored to represent my colleagues. I thought long and hard about this speech and did lots of research into commencement addresses, and I found there were many different forms of addresses. So I decided to give a series of short little commencement speeches with the hope that one of them will connect with you graduates in your Twitter-influenced world where everything important can be said in 140 characters or fewer. Don't get your hopes up, they won't be that quick. But here we go. Some commencement speakers give advice. Those speakers say that if the students follow that advice, it will lead to success and happiness, and so here is my advice. Don't follow others' advice, which, when you think about it, is the perfect piece of advice. Either you follow it directly and not follow the advice, or you won't follow it. And if you don't follow that advice to not follow the advice, then you will do the opposite, which is to follow the advice, which is to not follow the advice. Complicated, I know, but many of you graduates have had critical thinking classes and can handle it. When I say don't follow the advice of others, I am choosing my words carefully. I am not saying you shouldn't listen to advice or you shouldn't get advice, because I believe in getting input, in hearing from others, in seeking the counsel and wisdom of your elders. But I am encouraging you to make your own decisions. Many of you are at a pivot point in your life. You have decisions to make over the next couple of months. Should you take this job or that one, or wait for a possible better one? Should you marry this person or that one, or wait for a possible better one? Move here, move there, stay where you are, take graduate classes in this major or that major at this or that university. The decisions you make at this pivot point in life will affect your life for years. And I say that not to put pressure on the decision, but to put the focus on the decision maker. Make your decision. It may be that in a perfect world, we would all have someone else to blame if things don't go right. And many people do go around blaming their friends, their coworkers, their bosses, their fellow students, their professors, when the only one truly to blame is just there, staring back at them in the mirror. I tell the story of a person who went on vacation to the islands and fell asleep on one of those inflatable lounge chairs at the beach, and woke up an hour later surrounded by water and wondered, how in the world did I end up here? Well, the answer is they just floated and drifted and went where the current took them. Don't do that. As you go through life, do things intentionally. Make your decision. Some of the commencement addresses I've studied have these little stories or analogies. I can do that. Imagine where you are and a road going to where you want to be. Now, you're probably imagining a straight road, but in reality, the road is more like a West Virginia road, with twists and turns and hills and valleys and resting places with scenic views, with passing lanes and toll booths and stop signs and coal trucks and deer, and more than likely named after Robert C. Byrd. Then there are those among you who, of course, will decide to take a detour or to take the road less traveled, and that will make all the difference. Well, all the difference, except it's still probably named after Senator Byrd. But there are many different roads to travel. This is not a story of the road. This is a lesson for the driver. Enjoy your drive. We are only given one life to live. Wring all of the life out of it. But again, I want to make sure you understand what I am saying. I didn't say have all the fun you can, because your life is about finding your balance. And I might add, all three of those words are important. Find. Find is proactive, not reactive. There's a sense of purpose in the word. Your. It's an individual thing, and I'm not comfortable telling you where your focus, your energy, your balance should be, because it's yours, and that possessive pronoun means something. Balance. It's a combination of all kinds of things. Some of you will put more emphasis on your job or success or money, some more on family, some on spiritual matters, some on social goals. All of these are in the pot, and you have to mix them together in the right amounts to suit your tastes. And while on this topic, one other thought. While you are driving, look out for others. As we have learned in just the past few days, that's important. Perhaps in all possible interpretations of that phrase, but the two aspects I want to specifically mention are these. Look out for others to ensure you do them no harm, and also that you discover opportunities to help when you can. Looking out for others and sharing the road will help you enjoy your drive. Some commencement addresses I've heard have these platitudes in them. You know what platitudes are. Empty, feel-good statements that have no real basis in reality, but they sound good? Well, here's mine. You know, the probabilities of life are always going to outweigh the possibilities. But that's only one perspective, one way of looking at it. Don't forget the possibilities are always going to outnumber the probabilities. Now, that may be the most profound thing I've ever written. Your probabilities will outweigh your possibilities, but your possibilities will always outnumber your probabilities. Now, what that means, I don't really know, but it sounds good. That's a platitude for you. What I think it means is you should give your dreams a chance, because there's a chance you can achieve them. It may not be probable, but it is possible. As an illustration, I ask if you can run through the brick wall that surrounds us, both physically and symbolically. A little something for you philosophy majors in the room. Nothing? Okay. Can you break through that wall? And the short answer is, we probably don't know. And we won't know because trying is rare, and belief while trying is even more so. Add in the lack of total effort and commitment, and you know why the wall is still standing. And there are good reasons, perhaps. The likelihood of failure, the pain of the effort, the consequences of coming up short. But don't focus on the weight of the probability and miss the potential of the possibility. Let me tell you, you can do great things from that launching pad some call a seat you're sitting on. Don't let your labels or your past define or limit you. It won't be easy. Certainly you have to ask yourself some tough questions, and there are no guarantees of success. But if you go for it, all of the time, all of the effort, all of the belief will not be all for naught. It can't be, because putting your heart and soul into something and caring about it gives your life purpose, and purpose energizes your life. Give your dreams a chance. This is Marshall University, after all, where a doc can be a football coach and a cop can be a president. I hope you've connected with one of these little commencement addresses, and I hope that perhaps I've given you a little something to think about or motivate you. In looking back, I guess there was a unifying theme: responsibility. Find your balance, make your decision, enjoy your drive, give your dreams a chance. What's in the middle of all of them? You are. And yes, English majors, I know what I did there. To sum up, the message is simple, graduates. Own your life. There it is again. You are in the middle of it. And while you are the focus of the day, don't forget about the we are. Lots of people have helped you get to this point in your life. We are your family, we are your friends, we are your supporters, we are your advisors, we are your professors. We are and will always be a part of you. And yes, all of us together can say, we are Marshall. Which brings me to one final little commencement address, and this one is quick and probably my favorite. A few commencement speeches involve the speaker going on a rant or talking about some pet peeve. Well, here comes mine. I bought a shirt recently, a Marshall shirt. Kelly green, had the little swoosh on it. The shirt had the words, "The Herd," written across the chest. And I see lots of signs around campus with messages such as, "We support the herd." Headlines in newspapers, "The herd this" or "The herd that." But I think they're leaving out the most important word for you graduates. You aren't just the herd. You're the thundering herd. Go out there and make some noise. Thank you.
Well done, Dan. We have something, if you come back to the podium here, this is the plaque honoring Dan for his award from the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching. And Dan, you make us all proud. Thank you for everything you do.